Hello, Mountie community. My name is Vincenzo Frangione, and this is Mountie Pride Presents. Today, I'm with ACAA First Team All-Star Sophie Landry, and we're going to be talking about her illustrious career here. That's included a Rookie of the Year and been a starter the last 2 years on the volleyball team. All right, first question. When did you start playing volleyball, Sophie?
I started playing volleyball, honestly, probably like as young as I could play with a ball. I've been, but my first official team was probably grade 5.
Grade 5? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who was your influence to get into the sport? Was it your mom, your dad, a cousin, or what was it?
My parents were both big volleyball players. They actually met through volleyball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so my dad was my coach for a few years and things like that. So they've definitely been my biggest motivation for the sport.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did they play uni or anything like that? Is that what also influenced you to come to Mount A? Or?
Yeah, well, my dad didn't, but my mom actually played at Dal
Really?
when she went there. So yeah, having that as a motivation really helped. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So what teams did you play on? What clubs? What high school? What made you the player you are today? What really brought you here?
So I'm from a very small town in New Brunswick. So club volleyball wasn't super big. So I pretty much played with the same people from grade 6 to grade 12. I did, however, have the chance to play for Team New Brunswick 2 summers. So I got really good coaching through there. And I also played for Team New Brunswick for the National Francophone Games in 2017 that were in Moncton, actually. So that too, I think just experiences like that, and I also had great coaching, club or not, through my career. So yeah, I think those are all factors that kind of.
I've been told that you were quite the high school player. Grade 12, you were athlete of the year for your whole high school, and then you came here and won Rookie of the Year your first year. So what was that transition like? It clearly went really well for you, but what really was the difference between that?
Mountie is a pretty small school. I know it's definitely bigger than my high school, but I feel as for ratios, it's kind of the same thing, kind of everyone knows everyone type thing, things like that. So that definitely helped with the atmosphere and stuff. I felt like I was kind of just still in that small town, school feel.
Sure.
So that definitely helped, yeah.
Okay, so I got to ask, person like you're team captain now of the volleyball team. Totally forgot to mention that. You've been able to start 2 years, be a very contributing player, second year first team All-Star. Why did you choose Mount A over any other school? You clearly probably had other options.
That's a good question. Volleyball definitely influenced my choice, but I definitely didn't want volleyball to be my only determining factor when it came to deciding schools. Mount A is definitely very well ranked. And also Mountie kind of ran in the family. Cousins that came here, my brother, my sister. Didn't want to go too far. Didn't want to stay too close for home. So Mountie was just the perfect option.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
What have you enjoyed so much about your volleyball experience? Has it been your friends? Has it been playing, the coaching, the school atmosphere, the after stuff after games?
I'd have to say definitely the people that I play with. Honestly, over the last years, our team chemistry has just been amazing. And I feel being a Mountie, there's a huge sense of belonging that comes with it. And like I said, such a small school, kind of everyone knows everyone, especially in sports team. You create friendships through other teams and stuff like that. You see each other on campus. So that really makes the experience worthwhile. Yeah, it makes being a Mountie feel that much more special because you feel connected to so many people.
Oh, I like that take. It's actually, honestly, I feel the same way. What has it been balancing athletics and sports? Because you've been an academic All-Canadian, right? I'm guessing. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So you being able to be so good at volleyball, but also put it towards your academics and be high up there. How have you been able to do it?
Thank you. I think a lot of athletes can attest to this, but playing sports kind of your whole life, you kind of get used to it, I guess. You kind of, I've played multiple sports since a very young age, and you kind of just get used to it always being in your schedule. I feel if I wouldn't have sports, then that would be kind of weird. And sports, I guess, kind of just become your leisure time or your breaks and stuff like that, your way to kind of just like decompress from school.
Oh, for sure.
And I've noticed that especially during the pandemic this year, like there's been a few times where like we couldn't practice, gyms were closed, campus was closed, things like that. And I would find myself like being kind of lost and like not having that time that I could just have fun and focus on something else other than school. So I think sports doesn't like impede on my school. It kind of just helps balance it out.
I won't lie to you, like I do not get the balancing act too well, but you definitely got it well.
Thank you.
I'm definitely not in there. That's awesome to hear. So like, what is when I give this question, what's made you the player you are today? Would you put it to your work ethic, your mindset? Like, are you a person that kind of just gets like volleyball real well and it's natural for you, or did you have to really work hard for this?
I think I definitely owe a big part of my volleyball career to my friends, my family, my support system, and also through knowing myself, if that makes sense. First of all, my family, like my parents, my biggest supporters, like are here for home games, things like that. Like I owe a lot to them. But also by knowing myself, being an athlete does present a certain amount of stress. I think we can all kind of realize that. And sometimes you kind of just got to know that like you have to step back, or you have to take a break, or this is too much, or I'm not feeling well this week of practices, or things like that. And I feel like realizing that has really helped me improved, I guess, because we're all humans. I mean, athletes also struggle with mental health and things like that. And like not thinking that you always have to be your 100% and that the top athletes always perform like perfectly and things like that. Kind of just like forgetting that narrative and really just listening to myself, listening to my body, my mental health, things like that definitely helped me improve.
That was a beautiful reply. I love it. I really like that. Oh, we're going to get to like last year before all the COVID and stuff hit. You and Rachel McDougall, and obviously the other depth players on the team, helped lead your team to second in the conference, and you were nationally ranked last year. What was it like being like kind of on top like that, just being a part of like being one of the best in the nation?
Yeah, it was a pretty good feeling, honestly. Like not that we didn't realize it, but like I guess Monet was kind of like always the underdog, I guess, in volleyball. So I guess like last year we were all kind of like on this journey together, kind of just all like realizing the feeling like at the same time. But no, it was definitely fun. And then we got a lot of support from the school, a lot of support from Mountie Pride, Mountie's athletics, things like that. Definitely a good feeling.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to get to ask you, like, how's the pandemic affected you, like, as an athlete? Because, honestly, for me, it sucked. I hated going through a whole season, not playing any games. But how has it been for you, like, mentally, physically, and for you and your teammates? Like, how has that been?
That's a very good question. I think I've realized the pandemic has definitely helped me realize why I like volleyball so much. And honestly, like, I think I needed it sometimes. Like sports are stressful for sure. And yeah, like having it taken away from you, you realize why you like it, why you do it. Like the road trips, things like that, you know, you kind of miss that part. Team bonding, things like that. And yeah, like I said, like the certain phases where we couldn't even come to the gym, like I realized how much like volleyball was kind of like a part of me and how much it helped me through other aspects of my life. Definitely unfortunate circumstances, but I feel like for me personally in volleyball, not that I needed it, but it definitely made me realize why I love volleyball so much.
What does being a Mountie mean to you? Like being a part of Mountie Pride sports, whatever. What does it mean to you as a person?
I think that being a Mountie means like it's not necessarily being an athlete, you know, like for me, my Mountie identity, I guess, like volleyball is definitely a part of it. But for me, I guess being a Mountie is having that close-knit community that, you know, like has your back type thing. Again, like I said, it's a very small school, kind of like everyone knows everyone type thing. So yeah, just seeing people, you know, on campus, like seeing them around, having that sense of like we're all Mounties, whether you play sports or not. I feel like that for me is the biggest part of being a Mountie, just knowing that like there's so many other people that share that common experience of coming to Mount Allison that makes people have that thing in common.
Okay, definitely. Yeah. I see what you're saying from there. Well, this is the last question we got for you. You've been great, by the way, the whole interview. So what do you, after you're done your Mountie career, probably next year or whenever it's done, what are you planning to do after? Are you going to go play pro volleyball in Europe? Are you going to go do something with your academics? Like, what's the plan after?
I'm not sure yet. I definitely want to continue my school, I guess, grad programs or whatever. And as for volleyball, I'm not sure. Coming to university, I was always kind of like, I don't want volleyball to be my only identity. Like, I can like do other things or whatever. Mm-hmm. But after these 2 years and like after during the pandemic, realizing how much like volleyball is a big part of me. Mm-hmm. You never know. I mean, maybe play, I don't know.
Why not?
Another team, yeah. Somewhere in Canada, maybe. I don't know.
Thank you very much for the interview today. Hope the rest of your athletic career goes well. All right, Mountie community, stay safe out there and peace out.